as well. By the way, Alex, we both just speak English here, so I don't know what you're saying there. But if you wanted to drop your comment in English so we could, potentially pop it up or respond to it, this is interactive, so we can do that. So just letting you know, Alex, I see you there. Thanks for hopping on. But yeah, if you want to drop it in English, that's how we could respond to you. But back to our conversation, Crypto Queen. You said digibytes
Yeah,
just a
Digibyte.
second ago, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm not even aware of that, and that's why I love speaking with you. You always bring I'm building a coin and ecosystem, so it's hard for me to look in as just a pure investor anymore. I have to focus on building something. So, what are some of the for anyone listening, you know, different opportunities or different coins or different ecosystems that really have your attention right now?
Um, Gala really has my attention right now. I think
Hmm.
their founder really just got active on Twitter, but they have a great use case. Because now they've expanded from from not just being a gaming token to music and movies and stuff now. So
Hmm.
Gala really has my attention, and I know they're working with like a huge record label within the music industry, and they're working with artists and stuff because the future of music is getting ready to change too. So
Absolutely.
I watch out for tokens that are being innovative. Gala's one of them that's caught my eye. Another one I've been keeping my eye on is Casper. I didn't realize Casper had went to $40 in 2021. That someone had just actually my one of my friends from college, the one that put me on the crypto, he brought it up to me a couple days ago. He was like, "Did you know Casper was $40 in 2021?" I was like, "What?" And it's like 3 cents right now. So that's I kind of look at stuff like that, like where were we at before this huge bear market hit, and then versus where they were before that happened, and I kind of look at things like that. But I'm a really huge H bar fan right now. If I had a Hedera hat,
Okay.
I would be wearing it. I'm huge on H bar, because I'm just looking at the tokens that are really getting ready to make a difference, because I feel like those are like your Amazons, your Googles, your Apples of what's coming in the next 5 years. So I keep my eye on those type of tokens, like who's going to be involved in what's coming, because I feel like what's coming, either this asset is going to sink or it's going to swim. So I'm looking at the ones that are going to be, swimmers, of course.
Absolutely. And sometimes, it's such a new marketplace that, there's going to be a lot of losers in crypto. And, it's important to put that out there so people can be aware of, like, this is not something where you just necessarily go crazy. So like, I want 1,000x, tomorrow, because you can go to zero chasing 1,000x's. It's always good to pay attention to fundamentals and why something's going to grow, understanding, what why ecosystem can be good. And so Gala is interesting. I know Gala, they were in the last bull cycle, they did a suite of games, if I remember correctly, or we're working on a suite of games. So Gala is interesting. Casper, it's funny. I never heard of Casper until a couple of days ago, but you're like now the third person to mention Casper to me from completely
Hey,
different
it
sources.
might be a sign, bro. It might be might want to look deeper into it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Casper's they're a layer one, right?
I believe so. Yeah, Casper is a layer one.
Okay, and actually, I'll usually do this, but for any, can you just describe what a layer one and the difference between a layer one and layer two is for everyone who wouldn't necessarily know?
So I kind of look at it like Ethereum, because I know Ethereum's a layer one. So pretty much it's just different crypto companies can run their companies off of these layer one blockchains. So some of them like to run off of Ethereum, some may run off of
Hmm.
Casper or Solana. I know they're layer one also. So I mean that's just kind of how I interpret it. Like the cryptocurrencies are just running off of that layer one
Hmm.
blockchain. Yeah.
Yeah, the way I look at it is, I always look. I have the highest standards for like the layer ones I deal with because that's where, like, take Ethereum for example. Um, you know, if you build a coin on top of Ethereum, how Ethereum goes is how your coin, how your token is going to go, like
Yeah.
whatever is built on top of that. And, if you're listening, yeah, and if you're listening and you don't quite know what a layer one is, a layer one crypto is you have this thing called a blockchain. And, your layer one crypto is usually the governance token for like the main blockchain that, all these transactions are happening. You have the servers connected to it. And then you have other cryptos that can be built on top of your layer one. So think of your layer one cryptos as like the internet, and then the layer twos as maybe like websites being built on top of these different internets that are, popping up out of nowhere. It's just that now there's value you can attach to them. I
That,
always think it's good to, educate as we go. And so we have Gala, we have HBAR, we have Casper. Obviously, I'm a Cardano person. When you're looking at different cryptos, like what are these? You're doing your research. Personally, like what are your metrics that you're usually looking for when like, oh, gets my attention, or this is just like everything else. I don't really care.
um, I think that I look for the utility. I'm huge on utility
Hmm.
tokens, so I just really look for what their use case is. Are they working within the banking system, or is it a governance token? I'm kind of looking at those things. Just like with Gala or Algorand. Who are they working with? Who are their governing councils? Like
Hmm.
what partnerships do they have? Like I look at all of that, which is why I'm huge on HBAR. But
Okay, nice.
yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. Because that's like who's doing HBAR? Google, I know is big in HBAR. Um,
LG, they have a man. They have some heavy hitters. Um, it's that
yeah.
governing council is huge. I'm kind of overwhelmed with it because it's like a lot up there. Because I was just looking at it last night. But yeah, HBAR's governing council is huge.
Hmm. Yeah, HBAR, I think, I when I look at, and HBAR is a layer one too. They're a little different from most, but um when I look at HBAR, I ask myself, do I want to live in a world run by like the Googles and the Amazons and everything like that? I definitely need to like grab me some more HBAR just because I do agree with you because there's such powerhouses behind it. I think they're going to be here for the long term. Like HBAR, I
Yeah,
don't think is particularly going anywhere. But it's very interesting to see how all these different chains are now popping up and how a lot of these big players are getting in. The one layer one that I'm really interested in outside of Cardano, which is where we're building Cloud Finder's ecosystem, is called MTV Multivac Chain.
you
Have
brought that up before. So they okay.
hmm
So they're still progressing from the last time we talked.
Yeah, they're progressing. They just put out a Medium paper. Now Multivac is they're very they're like a $5 million market cap right now. So these are babies. But, I'm looking at Multivac as their white paper is super solid in like the technology they're trying to build with like innovating around sharding. And sharding, if you don't know, is how, you know, the easiest way is how these blockchains split information so they can run more effectively and quickly, just for people who are watching. So, but I think they have really good technology that they are building. They have a team that seems to be committed for the long term, and it's one of those chains where if they're successful, that could be $1 billion market cap right there. Like we're not financial advisors, obviously, but I just think that there's a lot of runway for them if they are successful. So
Yeah.
that's the other like layer one I'm really looking at.
Yeah,
And
I'm gonna
but
actually keep
hopping
them.
into more,
I'm Oh yeah, my bad. No, I was gonna say I'm gonna actually keep them in the front of my mind. I just need to go check them out again because I remember you said that before. So, um,
hmm
but they still, it's a baby, so it's gonna grow though more than likely, especially if it's a layer one.